Yeah? Are you just rolling now or? Perfect. All right, well, let's get into it. We are 29 days out from Nationals, and finally got a little bit better control over my diet, and things are coming down a little bit slowly, but they're coming down. Well, not necessarily really that slowly. Weighed in at 188 this morning, and so I have it worked out that if I lose upwards about half a pound a day, then I'll be able to get down to 177 and then finish off the water cut to make weight, depending on if the flight fucks me up a bit. Half a pound a day is a lot, especially to a lot of people, but a lot of that is also gonna be water weight, carbs, shit like that, but fats as well. So, but today, got a little bit of a change to the workouts, as we haven't done this one. Since the last show, what I did is I adjusted some of the workouts, feel a little bit better, some better movements, moved some different things around. Some of them are still the same, but things feel good. So physically, I'm feeling good. Still, all my numbers are going up in weight, pushing well. So it's a good sign. It means things are working. Let's get into it. So when it comes to working on getting my progress, I've found that right now I'm having a really hard time. Like I keep making myself meal plans to try to follow, but I've found I'm doing a lot more of intuitive eating. And so my calories daily are ranging anywhere between 1,600 and 2,200, 250-ish grams of protein, keeping fats low, between 25 and 40 grams depending on the day. Rest days I keep everything really low in those sense. And then carbs is basically the only thing that I'm like in and out with. So it's like, depending on the workout that I have coming in, whether I'm using 80 grams of cream of rice all the way up to 120, making those like adjustments. A lot of it comes down to the cardio and stuff too. So I'm hitting like a minimum of 20,000 steps a day, and I'm doing minimum of 30 minutes of cardio a day. For cardio, like actual cardio, I'm just doing medium intensity on the elliptical, where steps are almost all on an incline treadmill, somewhere in between like a 3 and 8% incline, anywhere between 3 and 3.5 miles per hour, depending on day, time, etc. But there's not a lot of things right now that are like hyper consistent, which is the opposite of how a competition prep is supposed to be. I'm just at the point that it's, with the struggle with being adherent to something like that, I'm not even coachable for myself at this very second. So the upside is I know enough of what I'm doing to be able to do it intuitively. Clearly, that's what got me to the last competition, but it's coming in. I don't recommend doing it this way. Listen to your coach. Your coach knows what he's doing. I have a hard time listening to myself when I get emotional, but it's all right though. I'm not hating life. My patience is good, which is good. And ultimately, out of all the preps that I've done, I still feel the best on this prep than any prep that I've done. Like physically, not like super prep brain. I had I think 1 week where it was like that, gone, not again. So otherwise things are good. I'm excited for this show. Wife and I were actually leaving up early, staying at one of my good friends, Diane. She's one of my best friends too. She lives out there. She lives right outside of Abbotsford, so it's fucking like a 15-minute drive. So we're gonna stay with her, which is gonna be tons of fun. We've got an Airbnb for the Friday and the Saturday night, which is like a 3-minute walk from the venue, which is amazing. Air conditioned as well, which is even better. And then Katie and I've never been to a pro show, and Katie's never been to a pro show. And with it being a pro qualifier on the Saturday, there's a pro show on the Sunday. And I'm not expecting to win the overall at the pro qualifier. And so I am planning on going and spectating at the pro show the next day. And so that's gonna be real fun. And then we're gonna come back on the Monday. And then that's when I don't even get to really incorporate real balance at that point, but I get 2 days of working my ass off and getting clients in. And then that Thursday I leave to go camping. And then from that point, I get to start working on a little bit of life balance again. One thing that I had promised myself a couple years ago that I had not done a very good job of keeping up with now is I wanted to go and do something once a month. I don't take weekends off. I typically work 7 days a week, but I did find that when I was taking like one weekend off, it didn't matter what I was doing. I could have just gone to Calgary. I could have just went and stayed at a buddy's house, whatever kind of thing, just like, almost like unplugged from it all. I found that my productivity in the other weeks and weekends when I was around was so much better. And so I'm really excited to get back into that as well. But camping's gonna be sick. I'm excited for that. National's gonna be sick. I'm excited for that. It'll be a good time. 4 more weeks. And the thing is if you're too busy thinking of yourself, why wouldn't you also assume that everybody else is also too busy thinking of themselves? Because that's really how it goes. And fuck, man, so many people have a hard time with that, especially in the gym. You see anybody looking around, they're watching to see if they're doing shit right or wrong, or if people are fucking paying attention to them, or if people are thinking about them. Nobody in here is looking at you, judging you negative, ever. Except for douchebags, but those happen anywhere in anything. They show up everywhere. There's not a lot of them. They're just loud. Yeah, we're really good at picking them out, getting them the fuck out right away. Right away. It's one of the things, the best parts about this fucking gym, other than how clean it is. And you know that I'm here, and Cole's here, obviously, and Peter, so. Motherfucker. One of my biggest struggles that I've been having with prep is the food. And the hardest thing is trying to hold myself accountable. And I haven't been able to do a very good job at that for the last 10 plus weeks. And so I've actually reached out to 2 of my best friends, and I've got them. We've got a group chat, the 3 of us. So every morning I'm sending them my weight now, and every 3 days I'm sending them my photos. And these boys, they're big into bodybuilding, and they're helping hold me accountable. And I don't want to let them down, and I'm not gonna lie. So it's helping, which is good. So plugging away at it all. It's been a big mind fuck for sure, but it still reinstates that, the extreme dieting aspect when it comes to bodybuilding for preps is not something that, intrigues me long term. I've been dieting now for 7 months. Which is a long, long time to be, aiming to be in a deficit, and then having to heavily try to watch foods throughout the day, and, steps and cardio and all that shit too. It's taxing, and I'm not gonna lie, as much as I'm very excited for this competition and to step on that national stage and see how I do, I'm excited for this to be done for a little while and to be able to take a break from it and have a little bit of a real life and some balance again, and not have my mind so prep focused. There's a lot of benefits that you get from prep. You learn a lot about yourself. It's very hard. And it's not like a lot of people think that it's only gonna be physically hard, but it's so much more mentally exhausting. And that's where the real battle is. You learn a lot about yourself. And I've grown lots. Every time that I do a competition prep, I've learned so much about myself, and I always come out a significantly better human. But it is one of those, it needs to be kept to a certain time frame kind of thing. I feel this is a little too much. But A few more weeks, wrapping it all up, trying to bring it all in home, and we're gonna see how we do when we step on the national stage, because who fucking knows? I might just get fucking destroyed, and I might do okay. So we will see. But back to it. Ugh. So guys, 28 more days. Road to Nationals coming to an end soon. Plugging away, getting things in. Workouts are feeling great. I'm pushing up big numbers now, which is fucking really nice. So wish me luck, see how things go, and I will catch you guys next week in the next video.